Yeah.
It's just different.
This is Luke 18. This is Luke 18. Yeah. You didn't save me. Yeah.
Good morning and welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Shirley Ferguson. Before you do anything, please subscribe, share, and like this video. Also, turn on your notification bell. I'm on a series now that is called Let's Talk About It. And what happens is I get questions that are emailed to me from different people, and the questions are to be answered by me with my own opinion. And I have someone that always helps me out, and they'll read the question, and then I will do my best to give my own opinion. And here we go.
So the first question is, how to save money during quarantine?
How to save money. First of all, you should be saving money because you can't go anywhere. We're in quarantine. Most people are not at work, and they have to stay inside. You can't be out just parlaying. So saving money is good right now. We should be saving money because we're inside. But I do know that there are people who will shop online and get their stuff delivered to them. And also people that are still going out to eat. But the way that you can save is not really, for me, going out to eat, use your own food, cook your own food. Right at this time, I would rather cook my own food because of what's happening. Because you never know. People out there do all kind of crazy stuff. And even though, yeah, you can get food from the grocery store and somebody has, say, coughed on it, what have you, but you have an opportunity to rinse off your vegetables and your fruits and all that stuff. And you can cook them yourself. The meats, of course, anything that's heated or you have to cook the meat, well, it kills all the bacteria and stuff. And so I believe that you're saving money by not going out to eat, because all the restaurants are closed also. So they do have where you could go to the side curb pickup. But to me, it's like, why not, while you're in this time, learn how to cook better, get recipes, try different things. I know my daughter had found a recipe, and then someone just sent me 2 recipes that I share with a few people to like start cooking your own self. Because sometimes we get stuck in a mode of eating the same thing. And so by us being in the house, not being able to just flow freely, we're actually saving money on gas. And by you not going to maybe Starbucks or what is that other one? Pete's Coffee and the Dutch Boys or somebody. And, you know, people were going there like every day. And so now that $5, $10 or $12 that you're spending, you can actually save that money. And I know people think that $5 or $12 is not a lot of money. But if you're spending that every day, look how much money it is by the end of the week or by the month. So if you saved all that money that you were going to Starbucks and all these other places, you could save that money and use that money to do other things that is a necessity that you really need. You know, a lot of people like coffee. I like coffee, but I just do mine at home. So it's saving me $6, $7, $12, depending on the size that I get. So right there, you're saving money just on going out to get coffee.
So the next question is, how to stay positive through trouble?
Staying positive. Of course, trouble is everywhere. That's a saying that my dad says. Trouble is everywhere, and it really is. Not even just what's happening right now, but just trouble just everywhere in the world. You have to find time to kind of get by yourself. And for me, since I am a believer in Jesus Christ, well, without him, I'm sure I would probably be a little crazier and a little wilder. But finding peace in a time of trouble, you have to sometimes take time, and for me, I pray and I read the Word of God, of course. And then I also read books to keep my mind off of the craziness of this world. We could sit in front of the television, or we could sit in front of YouTube and all this other electronics and stuff and listen to all the bad news, and all that's doing is just pumping more fear. And so then you're scared and you're worried and you're concerned. You know, there's nothing wrong with being concerned, but you don't need to really worry. And when you have trouble everywhere, you're going to have to be the one to stay positive, even though other people might not be positive. That's something that you'll have to do, and it's a practice. But anytime that you go to speak negative, try your best to change it and turn it to positive. We can be in a bad situation, but we can actually make it a good situation. It's like what's happening right now. So it looks really bad, and it is bad because there are people dying and all of that. But then you have to turn it around and turn it positive. Well, at least I get to stay in my house. At least I'm safe in my house. At least I have time to spend with my family. At least I have time to clean out my drawers or clean out my office or spend time with the Lord. I turn it positive instead of looking at all the negative, because it's so much negative already. So it's our responsibility, even just for ourselves, to have ourselves be positive. Even though you might be around people that maybe try to talk negative, you turn it around and make it positive. So it's at a point in your life where if it's something that you need, you have to do it. We can't depend on everybody else to make us happy, to make us positive, it's us. We choose our own destiny. We choose how we want our lives to be. We choose the happiness that we want. So it's the same thing with being positive. We have to choose to be positive. You know, I had a person had said something to me a little while back, and it was a doctor's report, and they were going on what the doctor was saying. And I'm saying, don't receive what the doctor is saying. You got to be positive and speak that thing into the atmosphere. You speak it into existence. So regardless what the doctor says, what does God say? And what God's saying in his word is what is the ultimate outcome. So staying positive, you have to be positive. You make your things in your life positive. And don't look at all the negativity that's in the world, because that job is from the devil, is trying to just get you off track.
Okay. So our last and final question is, how do you know when to leave a relationship?
You have to look at, is it a serious reason why you want to leave, like physical, mental abuse, or is it not serious? Is it petty? Is it something that, you know, you want him to cook for you and he won't cook for you, so you mad, you want to leave the relationship? Or is it deeper than that? And if it's deeper than that, you have to look at your life and see, is it dangerous? Because if it's dangerous, yeah, you want to get out the relationship, but you don't want to leave in a way, like I said, you'll get the person to a place where they're so angry that it causes more confusion, and then it can also ultimately cause death, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So when you know that you're in a bad relationship, you know, most of the time you don't even have to ask the question. You know for yourself if it's a bad relationship. And I understand sometimes people want to ask other people for their opinion and what should they do. But if you're not happy, then you just need to leave. And you leave on a good note. And if it's a dangerous one, you know, there's different ways that you can leave a relationship.
I have this question. How do you know if it's worth saving? Like, let's say there was cheating involved. Now, sometimes that can be serious to some, but to others, people change. So What do you do in that situation?
If someone was cheating?
Yes.
So, okay, this goes both ways. So whoever was cheating, if they've been cheating throughout the whole relationship, or they cheated one time, or you caught them cheating, and of course it's up to the individual if they want to stay with that person, because everybody is different. For me, if I found out, you know, my husband was cheating, you know, I would have to make that decision. Now, being a Christian, of course, you have to do what the Bible says. Hallelujah. I don't love Jesus. But I'm praying that would never happen. But if it does happen, and it was a cheating situation, it really is up to the individual if they want to stay or not. Some people can deal with it and some people can't. And if you're one that can't deal with it, then I really suggest that you do leave. There are times that people have cheated and they really turned their life around because they realized that they were going to lose their family. So then they kind of just, you know, forgave and they started over. And I feel like, you know, people do deserve a chance because we all get chances. But when it becomes where it's too abusive, where it's always every time you turn around, then that's a relationship I feel that you shouldn't be in, because you should be worth more than that. You should want more for your life than someone always cheating on you. And then, of course, you have to find out what is the cause of cheating.
Also, what about, let's say, communication? You know, because a lot of people want to leave situations or relationships because they feel like they're not being able to communicate with their partner very well. And so it just seems like, what is the point of staying in something like that? And it seems like it's not changing, or they'll do good for a little bit, and then they start going to the left again.
See, the difference between a man and a woman is more like a flower. A man is more like a cactus, right? And they're a little rough around the edges. No. But the woman is the one that likes to have attention. She likes to be held. She likes to be talked to, not talked at. She likes her man to tell her, that she looks good today or whatever. But men are not like that. Well, most men. I'm not saying all men. Men are usually not like that. And the man, he wants attention only when he wants attention, and but a woman not necessarily always wants to have sex, but to just be held. And so, but for a man, they're just different, and we have to understand that we are different. And I know that women it seems like they try to make men be like them, and vice versa. And so when a woman, all she wants is just her man to be around every once in a while, at least say something. But a man feels like, you always around me. Why are you sitting next to me? You ain't got nothing else to do. Well, because they don't see it the way we do. And most women, and the ones that I've counseled, it's like he's at the house, but he's not like around
there.
And so for me, it's like, well, you need to talk to him and explain that to him. You got to come together. And if he doesn't understand that, then there's decisions that you're going to have to make. And of course, you got to give people ample enough time, because if a man wasn't raised by his father or don't know how to treat a woman, he doesn't know. And he doesn't want you being his mama trying to tell him how to be. So he has to get it from another man that he kind of looks up to, that can actually help him to be that man that he should be for the wife. And then the wife, the same thing. If the wife haven't been around, her dad, and the dad's never been in the picture, well, the woman is not really going to know she'll just choose any man. And any man will just be good enough for her. And she doesn't know how or what to look for in a relationship if her parents weren't married and stayed together.
That's very true. How do you not come across as a mother? Because I don't think that women really mean to come across as naggy or like, but it's like you're trying to tell a guy something, but it kind of comes across as parenting versus communication.
So the man feels most of the time, because I'm only basing this off of the people that I have talked to, okay? So I'm not saying every man. The man always feels like the woman is trying to be their mother. And if you notice, anybody that you talk to, they always say that you're not my mom, you ain't my mother. Nobody's really trying to be your mother. But as a couple, the God created the man first, then he created the woman, told the woman she was going to be the helpmate. So she's the one really there to help the man. She's not trying to be their mother. She's basically there trying to help, but the man receives it as if you're trying to tell me what I'm supposed to do. I'm the head. I'm the one that, okay, you in charge, but let us sit back. Let all the women sit back and let's see how the world will run. And I'm not knocking men. I'm just saying that God created us that way to help. But sometimes women can be in a place where they try to be the mama. Telling them when to get up and when to take a shower and when to wash dishes up. He's a grown man. Let him be the man. Don't make him seem like he's your son. And so women have to know how far to take it. And a lot of times, and you watching court shows and all that stuff, the women, they be like trying to just tell the man what he needs to do. We're not here for that. We suggest things or we talk, hey babe, if you could just da-da-da-da. Men will receive it better than us yelling and screaming. Because I'm a woman and I don't even want to be around women that nag men. It's like, can you just shut up and just close your mouth? You talk too much. You don't always have to have the last say. And I think it's in our nature maybe, because we're nurturers and we, always trying to keep everything together. I think it's our nature, but as you get older, you begin to learn that that's not the right way to do it at all.
I have a question. I keep having questions.
That's fine.
But this is what came to mind. Do you think that women nag because they don't feel secure enough in the man to do what it is that they're asking of. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not enough secure. I don't trust you to like take out the trash, or I don't trust you to not cheat. I'm not secure. You don't give me security.
So that comes from the woman not knowing who she is. Because when a woman knows who she is, she doesn't have all those little issues. With, feeling insecure and he's not doing it because of me. Well, there's something that you have to work out. And that's why I always suggest people, when they want to get married, you need to check yourself, examine yourself, see where you're at. Look at how you are. What do you want to change in your life? Because if you're not whole, two halves don't make a whole. So I have to be a whole person. He has to be a whole person. I can't marry somebody and expect him to change.
Yeah.
I'm going to change him. I mean, most likely, he's going to end up changing you. And so when you know who you are, you have boundaries and you won't allow certain things to happen. But when you're insecure, it's like you're trying to, either you're insecure, you're trying to, what's the word I want to use? Not have him do everything, but you want to do it to prove that you can do it. Or I don't see what the problem is of him. When you said about the trash thing, most of the time it is the man that takes out the trash. But it's like me, I'll take out the trash. It's not a big deal. And I know some men will say, I would never have my wife take out the trash. It's trash.
Yeah.
But that's just me. And I know some men don't want their women taking out trash. I'm not taking out trash every day though. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a day where he's tired. I'm his helpmate. How come I can't do it now? If he's lazy and he laying on the couch, always in the bed and never working and stuff, then I'm like, okay, hold on. You got to take out the trash. But we're here to work together. But a lot of people are not really working together. They're really working against each other. And then when a woman is not solid in who she is, she's forever thinking he's cheating. She's forever, who's on the phone? She's not comfortable. And she has to be, there's no way you can have a relationship, a good relationship, and trust when you're insecure.
Yeah.
And if you know that you're insecure, you need to work on you to make you secure.
Right.
And women need to do that more, I believe, because there are so many women that they put up with a lot of stuff because they feel like they're not good enough, or they feel like they're not pretty enough, or their body is not the way it should be, or they're not educated enough, or the man says something to you to make you feel like somebody else is better than you. Well, if he's trying to make you feel that way, that's somebody you don't need to be with. Because a person that you're with should be encouraging you, should be uplifting you, should be like pushing you. Like with my husband's he forever pushing me. I'm like, man, you want me to do this? You can do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a superwoman.
Yes.
He thinks I am, but I'm not a superwoman. And I only can do so much.
Right.
So I just feel like a woman, once she gets secure within herself, and a lot of that insecurity comes from, most of the time, what they were told when they were young.
Yeah.
It could have been like their father was never around. The mom was just mad because she took it out on her daughter because the man is gone. Or they were in foster care, or they were abused when they were little. So, they trying to fit in. I find a lot of people trying to fit in.
Yeah.
I don't want to fit in.
Right.
I don't want to be like nobody else.
Yes.
I like me all by myself.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even want nobody trying to copy me.
Right.
What you doing? Don't be trying to copy me. I want to be the original.
Right.
Which we all are.
Yes.
But what happens is people get in that mode of they want to be like somebody else because they see somebody else, or they get more attention. And then it causes you to get out of your character and not even you no more, and then you change. It's like women who are one way and they end up getting a boyfriend. Then all of a sudden they hold everything about them change.
Yeah.
So what happens, it lets you see they're not solid.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you got a man, now you totally different. You're a whole different person. And so it shows you that as long as they got that man, they're going to be different.
Yeah.
When the man's not around, then they change back again. Then they get another man, then they change. So they're not really being who they are. They're not being authentic. They're being whoever that person is wanting them to be. And we're not here to change ourselves.
Right.
Look, if you don't like me the way I am, get to stepping.
Right.
Somebody else is out there for you, But I think we try to, as women, try to change and be what somebody wants us to be when that's not us.
That's true.
That's why a lot of people always want to change the color of their skin, or, get green eyes, or get, I don't know, whatever.
Change their body.
Whole body, get booty lifts, or pumping up your booty, pump up your lips, and pump up your breasts and all that stuff. And I just feel like, look, this is just me.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm doing it because I want it.
Right.
It's not because somebody else.
Yes.
Like if I had a scar or something,
Yes.
that's because I don't want to look at it.
Right.
Or whatever it is.
Right.
But not to do it for somebody else, because then I'm changing who I am for somebody else when God created me this way. I want to be who God created me. And it doesn't matter if people like me or not. As long as God loves me, that's all that matters.
Right.
And we don't want to try to fit in. Thank you for watching this video. And until next time, always remember, getting free from people is the key to unlock your full potential. See you next time.